What's up, first grade? Welcome to At Home Learning, Art Edition, with your very own Mr. Campbell. So, we've already done everything. We've done the lesson. We've done the LO and DOLs. We've looked at Horace Pippin's self-portraits. We've discussed value. We've discussed the difference between portraits, self-portraits, still lifes, and landscapes. So I'm going to make this video short, and we're going to get right to the artwork, and we're going to go ahead and do the demonstration. I'm going to draw myself, since we were talking about drawing your self-portrait of who you wanted to be when you grow up, what career you want to do, or what you want to be when you grow up, or what is something about you, something that you like. So I've decided to draw myself as Wolverine, because when I was your age, I wanted to be a comic book artist. I wanted to be a superhero. I love that kind of stuff. So let's take a look at the demonstration. Okay, so again, we want to start with a rough sketch with soft lines, just fleshing out the figure, making sure we get proportions right, making sure we get shapes right, angles right. And so I'm drawing a 3/4 view of myself, looking partially to the side. And so now, after I get my rough sketch done, now I'm going to come in and I'm going to make the lines a little bit darker. And so I'm going to start fleshing out the features of the face. The eyebrows are first, because the eyes are the windows to the soul. You have to get the eyes right. You cannot move on until you get the eyes right. Those are the most important features of the face. Okay, so make sure you get the eyes right. So this is going to be a long video, so if you need to fast forward a little bit through it, you can, or if you want to watch me draw and hear all the commentary that I have on it, you're welcome to watch it. So right now, I'm fleshing out the face. It's important to get the structure right. After the eyes and eyebrows, the furrowed brow, the nose, the mouth, the chin, the jawline, the ears. Okay, so I'm going to continue. Now I'm mapping out where the hair should go. That little V at the top of the forehead. Just adding a few more details here. Darkening the cheek. Darkening the cheekbone so that I have a prominent cheekbone. It stands out. You can see that I'm fit, that I'm a superhero, chiseled superhero jaw. Okay, the details of the neck muscles. All right. Now the hair. So I'm not taking too much care right here. I'm just making a bunch of curved lines, wavy lines, because I have somewhat curly hair. And so it's kind of messy. It's not super detailed and particular. Remember, these are underdrawings. The first underdrawing was a rough sketch. This drawing is still another underdrawing. I'm going to go over the top of this with an even darker marker, a darker pencil. So this is only the second drawing. The better you get at art, the more underdrawings you will make until you make the final drawing on the top. So here's where I'm correcting. I was going to draw myself with a cape, but I decided I wanted to make myself Wolverine. So I'm fixing the costume here and making it a Wolverine costume. Okay, so now I'm going over it a third time with a darker pen. Actually, this is the third time, but I'm actually going to go over this drawing a fourth time. So this is the third drawing only. So going back over everything, touching it up, making sure it's detailed, making sure that it's right. I can always correct every line with a darker line. But if you make a mistake with a dark line, then it's hard to erase, it's hard to go back. So make sure you start out with soft lines. Okay, now I'm going to work on the eyes, and the way I do it is stylistic. I leave opposite corners white to show a reflection from the light, and the other opposite corners are black. So it looks like my eyes are sparkling a little bit. I also don't draw a line below the pupil, below the iris, because it gives the illusion that there's water there, that my eyes are moist and wet. They're intense. Now I'm working on making sure I get the jawline just right. It's important. If you throw the jawline off, it's going to throw off your face. And I'm going to work on the ear. Now the ears aren't that noticeable. You don't have to make a big deal about them, but I like to make them look accurate. That's just me, and so I'm going to make the details in the ears. Okay, now I'm drawing the shadow under the neck. Okay, whenever you have something blocking the light above, it's going to cast a shadow. In this case, my head is casting a shadow on top of my neck. Okay, this is the fourth and final pen that I'm using that's even darker. It's the blackest pen that I'm ever going to use. And I'm going to go over everything and touch things up and make the darkest lines. So now it's going to cover any of my last few mistakes, and it's going to really make the character pop out. Okay, now I'm working on the hair, and the way I darken the hair is strategic. Okay, the light above the head usually makes a highlight on the outermost edges of the hair. So I put a halo around the rim of my hair, and then in the valleys I make it dark. On the mountains where it curls up and over, that's where it gets a hint of light, gets a reflection, makes a reflective quality. Okay, now I have to put the finishing touches, which are my glasses. I've already made the facial structure pretty accurate to myself, and the hair is long and curly like mine, and so now I have to put the glasses to make sure you know this is Mr. Campbell in a Wolverine suit. So what do you think? Well, there you have it. That's me drawing myself as Wolverine. So I want you to, this week, take a piece of paper using a pencil and eraser. You can take your paper into the bathroom and find a mirror. Just find a mirror somewhere. And you can look at yourself and draw yourself. Draw yourself. If you want to draw yourself as a superhero like me, you can. Or draw yourself as who you want to be when you grow up, what job or occupation you want to do when you grow up. Maybe you want to be a basketball player or a doctor. Or maybe you just want to draw yourself doing something that you like to do, and that's cool too. So all that's due this week, this Friday, April 3rd, 2020, is the drawing. Next week, we'll talk about shading and coloring. All right, guys, hope you have a great week. See you next time. Peace.